So hello everyone, once again welcome back to our channel English Grammar and Literature World. Students, in today's class we are going to cover total 26 questions from medieval history on Sultanate period. All these questions are very important. So if you are preparing for competitive exams like SSC CGL CHSL MTS and other state competitive exams, then this class will be very effective and very crucial. Okay, so without further delay, let's begin today's class. Look at the first one. The first Muslim invader in India was. So the correct answer is option C, that is Muhammad bin Qasim. Muhammad bin Qasim is regarded as the first Muslim invader. He invaded India 712 AD. Okay, he invaded and conquered Sindh, defeating the local ruler, that is Raja Dahir. Next, the famous historian who visited India with Muhammad Ghazni was. So tell me the correct answer. The correct answer is option B, that is Al-Biruni. So Al-Biruni was a renowned Persian scholar, historian, mathematician, and he visited India with Muhammad of Ghazni. And the most important book of Al-Biruni, that is Kitab ul Hind. Okay, so this one is very important and very likable questions of SSC exams. Next, the first Muslim who studied Purans was. So tell me the correct answer. So the correct answer is option C, that is Al-Biruni. So I have already told you, Al-Biruni was Muslim scholar who came India, and he also wrote the famous book, that is Kitabul Hind, and he had a deep interest in Indian civilization and also books like Purans. Okay, next, in which battle Muhammad Ghori defeated Joy Chand? So we all know that Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan in the second battle of Torain 1192 AD, but Joy Chand was defeated in 1194 AD. So here option C, Battle of Chandewar, is the correct answer. Next, battle that laid the foundation of Muslim domination in India. Which battle? So here the correct answer should be option B, that is second Battle of Torain. So 1191 AD, first Battle of Torain took place, but Prithviraj Chauhan defeated Muhammad Ghori in the second battle of Torain, that is 1192 AD. Muhammad Ghori defeated Prithviraj Chauhan and he captured India and established the Muslim rule. Understand? Next, Muhammad Ghori granted first Ikta in India too. Here the correct answer is option B, that is Qutubuddin Aibak. So Qutubuddin Aibak independent himself in 1206 AD, okay, and founded slave dynasty, the first dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. Before the death of Muhammad Ghori granted first Ikta to Qutubuddin Aibak. Understand? Next, who was founder of slave dynasty? So here option D, Qutubuddin Aibak, is the correct answer. So I have already told you, Muhammad Ghori first granted Ikta to Qutubuddin Aibak after the death of Muhammad Ghori in 1206 AD. Qutubuddin Aibak founded slave dynasty, okay, and independent himself. Next, which Sultan of Delhi Sultanate is called Laksh Box? So here the correct answer is option D, that is Qutubuddin Aibak. So Qutubuddin Aibak also called Laksh Box because he distributed large amount of wealth, gift and reward among scholars, poets, soldiers and other poor peoples. Next, who among the following did not contribute in building the famous Qutub Minar? So here the correct answer is option C, that is Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Now Qutubuddin Aibak, Iltutmish and Firuz Shah Tughlaq, all three distinguished persons supported Qutub Minar and maintained Qutub Minar, but only Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq did not it. So Iltutmish added three story of the building. Firoz Shah Tughlaq repaired the structure and added the top story. Who among the following established Delhi as the capital of Sultanate? Here the correct answer is option B, Iltutmish. So Iltutmish strengthened the Sultanate, suppressed rebellion and secured recognition from the Abbasid Caliph. Because of his achievement, he is often regarded as the real consolidator of the Delhi Sultanate. Next, who was called a slave of slave? So this one is very important. So here the correct answer is option D, that is Iltutmish. Now you have to understand why Iltutmish is called slave of slave. Muhammad Ghori had slave named Kutubuddin Aybek. Okay, and Kutubuddin Aybek in return purchased, that is Iltutmish. Therefore, Iltutmish was the slave of Aybek, who himself had been a slave of Muhammad Ghori. Okay, that's why option D, Iltutmish, is the correct answer. Next, which Sultan of Delhi is said to have followed the policy of blood and iron? So this one is also very important. So option C, Balban, is the correct answer. Balban is best known for his policy, that is blood and iron. And Ghiyasuddin Balban believed that a strong ruler must govern with firmness and strict discipline. That's why he took the policy blood and iron. Next, after consolidating power, Balban assumed the title of dash. So here option C, Jil-e-Ilahi, is the correct answer. So the word Jil-e-Ilahi means shadow of God on earth. Okay, that is called Jil-e-Ilahi. And he also introduced two customs, that is Sizda and Paibos. Next, which dynasty of Delhi Sultanate ruled for the shortest period? So here the correct answer is option C, Sayyid dynasty. 14 AD to 1451 AD. Okay, so this is the shortest period. Next, which of the following king of medieval India began the public distribution system? So here the correct answer is option A, Alauddin Khilji. So Alauddin Khilji, best known for his market control policy. Okay, for his market control policy, which is often considered the earliest form of public distribution system, that is PDS system. Next, Ghazi Malik was the founder of which dynasty? So the correct answer is option A, that is called Tughlaq dynasty. So Ghazi Malik is the original name of Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq. Okay. Next, for the first time token currency was introduced in India. Here the correct answer is option D, Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So Muhammad bin Tughlaq introduced token currency first time. Next, Ibn Battuta, the Moroccan traveler, visited India during the reign of, I have already told you, that is option D, Muhammad Ghazni. 712 AD, Muhammad Ghazni attacked India, and that time Ibn Battuta came India, and he was renowned mathematician, historian, and very intellectual person, and he wrote the book Rihola. Next, who among the following Sultan of Delhi established an employment exchange to help the unemployed? So the correct answer is option D, that is Firoz Shah Tughlaq. So Firoz Shah Tughlaq was known for his welfare-oriented administration. He introduced several measures for the welfare of his subject and established an employment exchange known as Dewan-e Khairiyat. Dewan-e Khairat. Next, which of the following pairs is correctly matched? So look at the pairs. Here the correct answer is option A, that is first one. Dewan-i-Bandegan means Dewan-i-Bandegan introduced Tughlaq. So here Firoz Shah Tughlaq established Dewan-i-Bandegan, that is called Department of Slaves. Okay, and Dewan-i-Mustakhara is introduced by Alauddin Khilji. Okay, Alauddin Khilji, that is totally depend on agricultures. Okay, and Dewani-Kohi is introduced by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and that is depend on agriculture. And Dewani-Arj is introduced by military department at the time of Balban. Okay, next. Kharaj was a tax levied on. So what is Kharaj? So look, Kharaj was a tax levied on option D, that is land and agriculture produce. So here you have to remember some point. The tax Kharaj is related to land revenue tax. Land revenue. Okay. Jizya. Jizya is a non-Muslim tax. Non-Muslim tax. What is Zakat? Zakat is related to religious tax. What is Khamsh or Khamosh? That is called 1/5 of share war booty. Okay, you have to remember these points. Next, the term Hadith refers to. So Hadith means option A, Islamic laws. Which Sultan built Alai Darwaza? The correct answer is option B, that is Alauddin Khilji. So Alauddin Khilji built Alai Darwaza in 1311 AD. Okay, as the southern gateway of the Quat-ul-Islam Mosque. Next, who was famous author Kitabul Hind? So here the correct answer is option C, Al-Biruni. Al-Biruni was renowned Persian scholar, I have already told you, and he came India with Muhammad of Ghazni in 11th century. And he wrote the famous book, that is Kitab-ul-Hind. It is called Tahqiq-i-Hind. Next, Kriti Stambha of Chittor was contributed or constructed during the rule of. So here the correct answer is option A, that is Rana Kumbho. The Kriti Stambha, that is called Tower of Fame, is one of the most famous monument in Chittor. That was built Rana Kumbho. Okay. Next, which Delhi Sultan among the following wrote his memories? So look at the option. Is it Iltutmish? Is it Balban? Is it Alauddin Khilji? Or is it Firoz Shah Tughlaq? So what is the answer? Let me know in the comment section. So here are total 26 questions from medieval history on Sultanate period. So that's all for today. If you think this video is very helpful for the competitive exam, please like, share and subscribe. So till then, keep reading, keep writing and keep watching English Grammar and Literature World. See you in the next class. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.